That stuff's tasty. I'll just lick my lips this whole time.
Really? Yeah, that would be distracting. Also, our relationship expert, Matt Townsend, joins us.
I smell bacon.
Matt? Hang on, let's get the right mic turned
Hello.
on. There we go.
I smell bacon.
Well, you can blame Mary.
Ooh,
Now,
Mary, you smell delightful. You smell like lunch.
So what do you got in here? I gotta do what I gotta do.
Let me know when you two are finished.
Okay.
Carry on.
We're good now?
We're good.
All right, so I'm glad you're here, Matt, because I've got...
You got a family problem?
Well, no, I got a producer problem. I got an issue.
Oh, with the producer?
Okay, so I heard you talking on Studio 5 about how to have a delicate conversation with somebody.
How to let out,
in a compassionate way, right?
Loving truthfulness.
Okay, so our producer, Ryan, he's always had a dumb phone, let's be honest.
Yes, it's
but
not
now,
smart.
coming here and being on the browser, he just got his new iPhone 4S.
And if you notice, he doesn't put it down.
Okay,
Grow up so fast.
very excited about it. So I sent him over to the AT&T store to get a case.
Oh,
all right.
Yeah.
Now, do you notice anything interesting about this case?
Well,
Show him, Ryan. Show him the front.
I see it.
Show him the face. Okay, now.
You could have picked any color, right? Any color. And what color is
they
that?
have...
That's like sea turquoise blue.
And the face is...
And the face is
pink.
Pinkish.
That is
like
bright
flamingo
pink.
pink.
You're trying to be nice with the shades, but just call it what it is.
I might be colorblind because actually I think it burned my retina looking at it.
So, in this case...
How do you bring that out?
Yeah.
Well, I just say, Rye, that case is ugly. Your case is ugly.
Now, is this a
And
case...
your mother dresses you funny. I'd say stuff like that.
Is this a case where he is...
He's messed up.
No, because he could be so manly
He's
that
a
he can
total
just
stud.
work the pink.
Right, exactly.
Or...
I think it's the pink's fine. It's just the blue and the pink.
So the blue...
And then
How
he
matches his shirt today?
He does kind of have pink and blue stripes on today too.
He looks great. Yeah, this is something you're going to want to talk to him about. Actually, what I would do is I'd have your boss talk to him.
Really?
Okay, with HR too.
I'd have
See,
HR.
but I didn't think we'd have to have a phone case approval process.
No, look at that phone. Dude, that's going to hurt the workforce. Work morale's already dropped.
In this economy.
Yeah. My eyes hurt. I have a migraine now.
All right, we're going to put the picture of his case on our Facebook, and we want people to tell us, is this acceptable for a guy?
Well, I think you ought to put it on and sell it. Let's sell it.
Because I'm
For
surprised.
charity.
Did they say, Ryan, did they say this will be a great case for your girlfriend or your wife? Did they try to qualify or quantify?
Or were they just looking for a commission? Like,
Yeah.
what's the deal?
They were as stylish as I was.
Were they giving them away? Was this a giveaway? Did you get a set of earphones with your case? Okay, that's sorry, right? It looks really good. Seriously. Not everyone can get away with that. That is hot. I mean, a lot of people get killed wearing that. Carrying that thing around. You look good. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. I'm just gonna leave my card right here. I'll leave my card. Yeah, see, so this is something where we gotta be compassionate. See, there we were just truthful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was a good demonstration
Is there a
of
case
truthfulness.
where you
Without
shouldn't be
compassion.
Well, like, let's say, no, that you shouldn't be compassionate about that. But like, there's a case for, and the article, it's a great article. In fact, it's on Psychology Today, and you go look up the article called "Compassionate Truthfulness" by Byram Caruso. Here's what he says.
He needs a new name.
He needs a new name, and he's an MD.
Okay.
And so, you know how that goes. But he's a great guy, but here's what he says. He calls it the errant thread. Every one of us, like Ryan, has an errant thread. And like we're a sweater, and we have this thread that's just kind of poking out.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone notices the thread. Everyone notices
Except
the
you,
seafoam blue,
right?
pink cover for your phone. Everyone notices but you. You think it's hot and rocking. And then all of a sudden everyone can't take their eye on it. So this errant thread thing, when do you decide to go pull on the thread?
Yeah.
And start saying, hey, I can fix this.
Yeah.
Or so some people just can't let it go. And then others just walk away. And then some just shoot out and say your sweater's ugly.
Yeah.
Or your phone.
Moly. That's
So what we want to do is first ask, do you actually need to say anything?
Is
don't
it
always
that
have to,
important?
right.
Is it worth it?
And where I would go with that is if people are being hurt, if this is something that, I mean, if you're married to someone and they keep carrying that case around, you gotta let it go.
He's single.
Oh, is he single?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that'll be for a while, apparently.
Recently. Yeah.
Right. You got to work with me, brother. I can get you married in 2 weeks if you get rid of it. 2 weeks, guarantee it. But so there's sometimes we need to say something. But here's the deal. One of the rules is if Ryan's going to change it, it's got to be Ryan that changes it.
Yeah.
We can't force it. We can't compel it. So if somebody's got a problem, like think of somebody that's depressed. You know they're depressed. That's the errant thread. You know, I really think you might want to get meds or get some help. How do you surface that? Okay, here's the rule. One rule is you could just start poking at it. Start saying, you're so depressing, you're so negative, and start influencing them the negative way. I wouldn't do that. What I would do is I would just give some data first. You know what? I've noticed you haven't been around as much. I've noticed that you didn't come to the meetings the other day. I noticed that I haven't seen you going to work in the morning anymore. And then ask an inviting question. What's going on? And then see if they'll share. Just give them some data. Don't judge it. See if they'll share. Another thing you can do is just give them some emotion that you see that they have, and then ask a question like, you seemed a little down. You seemed bummed. What's up? And you invite them to share. The whole goal is to get them to share. If they won't share it, then you've got to go to either an intervention, which we're going to do with Ryan at the next break, or you've got to just maybe let it go.
Well, it's very difficult. I've seen a circumstance where there's somebody in a group dynamic that is always down, always complaining, always whining, kind of sucks the energy out of the room, and no one is willing to say anything. In fact, they tiptoe around this person.
So there's a great example where some compassionate truth might be very helpful. And I'd bring it up. But I'd say...
But it's so hard.
I know, or leave them alone. Walk away and just don't go around.
And just leave it that way.
But John, notice that nobody's came to your party. What do you think that's about?
Yeah.
So that's just data and an invitation. Or, I personally use humor a little bit, but see, humor borders on sarcasm, and then you're setting yourself up.
And not be accusatory, like you said, like poke.
Watch his. I call it the vital signs. Watch when if you say something and they get negative, that's a sign that they're hurting. So we then go in and try to figure out. Look, I noticed you just got angry when I brought up how nobody came to your party. That must really hurt you. Tell me what you feel about that. Our goal is to get them talking about their own errant thread. If they won't, then you might want to decrease the compassion a little bit and get a little bit more direct. There are people that just don't get it.
They're in denial, maybe?
Some are in denial. And the hardest thing is does it really matter to you, I guess, is the point. Can
well,
you love them anyway?
Well, but I also think, is it a matter of, and kind of you started this way, is this just a personal preference thing?
Like that cover.
Or is there a real issue here?
If people are being hurt, like think of some of the news stories where people didn't tell other people things that needed to be told, like at Penn State. People were afraid, and maybe they were too nice and not truthful enough. And it's everywhere. It's in a lot of things we do, and that's kind of the real extreme example. But at some point, we've got to dare say what needs to be said for everyone else's sake.
Well, I'll give you the example. When I was a teenager, one of the things to do as kids is you make fun of each other.
Yeah.
Your mama jokes,
Yeah.
and all that stuff. I was very good at it. To the point where I was cutting.
Yeah.
And so it's one thing to joke around, it's another to be cutting.
That's right.
And I didn't know how cutting I was being until somebody came up to me and said, I got to tell you that you have friends that aren't your friends anymore, and there's a reason.
Oh, that's great.
And it's because of certain things you've said. I have very thick skin. I've always had a thick skin. So what you say to me... it's just going to bounce off anytime. That's just good fun, right? But me being cutting the other way, and I realize I got to make an adjustment here. Yeah. If that person hadn't taken the time to point out that thread...
What do we call that, by the way? Growth.
Yeah, I hate it.
We're growing. So part of what we're trying to do is help them grow. Sometimes we just have people that nitpick. And they see the errant thread, and it's not about growth anymore. It's about, I need you to correct that, because that thread, I'm a little obsessive, and that thread's driving me crazy.
And it becomes more about them, just being annoyed.
What about Amy's obsession with me wearing the right color socks? Is that...
Well, but she's got a point. She's got a point. Yeah, it'd be better, too, if you wore your shoes.
But the daily sock check when I get to work...
Does she check your socks?
Yeah, it's a thing.
Well, it could be worse.
I know! That's what I'm saying.
Okay, back to Rye. We love you, Rye. It's just that phone's got to go. It really does. And there's video of it.
What's coming up, Matt?
This week, call our number, 801-747-2121, or go to matttownsend.com. We're doing free coaching sessions. If you have a relationship issue something you want to work out, something you want to talk about before you go to the big Thanksgiving fest, come see us. MattTownsend.com. Sign up, get in, and we will, free of charge, about 40 minutes, talk you through your stuff.
Ooh.
And even iPhone case selection.
And, well, I'm taking Ryan out right now. We're going to fix it right now,
Take
Ryan.
it with you.